Like I said, it's just like kind of like a war zone here right now.
Right now, we take a live look at the damage caused by a possible tornado that touched down near Milton. And the rainy day moved the world's largest brat festival inside, how organizers are able to adjust. And we're following the Memorial Day events in the area so you can be prepared for your holiday. That and more coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Well, a probable tornado touched down this evening near Milton. Here's a video from Cary Grant that shows the start of that tornado, which caused damage in Rock County. We heard from the Rock County Sheriff's Office shortly after the storm cleared.
We have a report of trees down, power lines down, some minor structural damage. Right now, there's no injuries that we have been reported, which has been great. So that's what we're going with right now.
Now, within the last half hour, the National Weather Service says that they will be in the Milton-Janesville area surveying that damage. Our Kyle Pazorski joins us live there now with a look at some of that damage.
Good evening, Will. I'm here on Madison Avenue at the intersection with Northside Drive in the city of Milton. As you can see here behind me, some trees damaged. Also in the area, there was power lines damaged, like the sergeant was saying earlier. I arrived here to find a large tree toppled over just behind me in this person's yard and neighbors cleaning up. Just to the south of here at the high school, we found a ball field with the outfield wall collapsed and more damage from the storm. Earlier, I spoke with a man who identified himself as a National Weather Service spotter. Tell me what he witnessed as he tracked the funnel.
When the tornado warnings hit, I immediately got into the vehicle from Edgerton, came down southbound, jumped up on Highway M, sat on Highway M, called National Weather Service, saying that we did have a confirmed funnel cloud as I was watching it.
Now, we did also find some residents here in Milton who sought shelter during the storm, one describing the scene as he left his basement.
And my deck was just all destroyed, and like the railing on the deck was messed up, and I came out here and all the trees were in the streets and everyone came outside and we cleaned up the road, got it all cleared out, but it was pretty nuts.
About an hour ago, the cleanup effort did seem to be dying down here in our area. We saw many people coming out, though, to clear the branches broke off from trees. The damage does seem to be isolated in a sense, as people in the area are familiar with the tornado which happened earlier this year in Evansville. Everyone we spoke to today is telling me they're fortunate if nothing similar to that happened. Reporting here in Milton, Kyle Pazorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. Now, the severe weather came up suddenly. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington and Blaze Keller are here to tell us why that is.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Never would have thought today, Blaze, with the environment that we had, that we would see the tornadoes that we did across there. In fact, our collaborators at the Storm Prediction Center had that tornado threat a little bit further to the south, but they're looking at that tornado potential for the entire United States. And this was very localized, what we saw here. Thanks, Chris, in Fort Atkinson, seeing that stout tornado. That is one of several tornadoes as part of a family of tornadoes from a supercell thunderstorm that formed just south and west of Janesville. We're just to the front of Blaze there, and then we saw that family of tornado reports towards the north and towards the east. As we look back at Radar 3000, right when the tornado warnings are issued, just south and west of Milton here, look at this, Blaze. We were talking about this earlier. This is a classic hook echo right here in the northwestern side of Milton. And when I went live at 5:19 and saw just the Radar 3000, the reds and the greens, I knew we probably had some sort of rotation. And in main weather, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into some other tools that we had to verify the tornado. Blaze and I were chatting earlier this morning. In fact, we were a little bit concerned that this warmer air down by Monroe and Janesville, which was further to the southwest, would sneak up into the far southern part of our area. And this was some of the ingredients that went in to the tornado formation, which Blaze is going to explain a little bit here.
Yeah, you know, we had a really weak surface low pressure system, warm front, cold front, kind of a triple point. And Alex will touch on that here in just a moment. But that line of supercells that Alex just showed you, that was forming along that lifting warm front, lifting meaning moving north into southern Wisconsin. That allowed our temperatures in just that little corridor to jump, as well as those dew points to become moist enough to support these tornadoes that we saw this evening.
Yeah, Blaze, almost absolutely perfect. This triple point is really where you have the low pressure system, the cold front, the warm front, all these ingredients coming right in an apex, which occurred right over the Milton, Fort Atkinson, and also over towards Whitewater. A perfect environment for, in this case, luckily, as it looks like at this point in time, weak tornadoes. Fast forwarding to tomorrow, you might be wondering, are we expecting more storms tomorrow? We are. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected across all of southern Wisconsin. And coming up in Maine weather, I'll talk about whether or not we can expect these storms to be severe.
Alex, Blaze, thank you both. Now, this tornado warning was sudden this evening, so don't miss out on any possible severe weather by downloading our First Warn Weather Forecast app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free on your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Now, this morning, a fire broke out on Chandler Street in Madison, located in the Greenbush neighborhood about half a mile southeast of Camp Randall. Now, the fire had the most significant damage near the front doorway of a duplex there. Madison Fire was on the scene quickly extinguishing the flames. It is unclear, though, how many people lived there or if there were any injuries. The fire appeared to have put under control by 5:30 this morning. Now, today is the last day of Broadfest out at the Alliant Energy Center, and it looks a little bit different than it has in the past. After Friday's storm shut down the festival, the Broadfest crew decided to move the event inside due to today's rain. News 3 Now's Brandon Ross was at the event this morning with the Brat man himself, Tim Metcalf, to get a look at how they pulled it all off.
Yeah, you're used to seeing Broadfest outside, but the rain this weekend has caused some changes to happen, and now everything is inside. So we're here inside the Alliant Energy Center. I'm here with the Brat man himself, Tim Metcalf. Tim, what a weekend it's been for you.
This has been a very different Broadfest. Friday we had rains that came in right at like 10 o'clock in the morning, then we got them at 2, and then it closed us down at 6. Yesterday was absolutely beautiful. We had a great Broadfest, lots of music, sold a lot of brats, but then we were looking forward at what Sunday was going to bring, and today it was going to rain all day. So we made the decision yesterday about 6 o'clock that we're going to take Broadfest indoors. So right now we're inside the Coliseum, music's playing, and then we also have a drive-through on the island, so you can get brats, just come to the island, or you can come inside, get them here on the stand behind me, and then go listen to music. So Bratfest is still happening.
And we were talking earlier, I mean, yesterday was a beautiful day. You came back stronger than ever, but you were planning all day yesterday. I mean, what did it take to get everything moved inside? This wasn't the plan originally.
Yeah, I mean, we're so fortunate. We have such an amazing team. You know, our music commanders, our volunteers, the promoters. The Alliant Energy Center opened up this building for us, so we all got together, worked together, came up with a plan, and it wasn't easy. A lot of people had to come together, but we were able to get together by yesterday afternoon so that we can announce to the public that Bratfest is going to happen today, and it's happening, and everybody's here eating brats, having a good time. It's raining outside, but Bratfest is happening, and it's doing it safely, which is important.
And you talked about that drive-through there. We were just up there and we saw, I mean, hundreds of people in that line. So tell me how that's been this morning. Has that turnout been surprising to you?
Yeah, it has been. I mean, there's a lot of people here at the Coliseum, and I think we probably have, you know, the flow goes really good in the line, but we've always had about 10 or 15 cars in line, and it's so appreciated because the only way we really pay for all of this, the volunteers and the tents and stages and the musical acts, is by you buying a brat. So buy a brat, buy a beverage, come out, you know, feed the neighborhood, feed your family, freeze them, but that's how we pay for all this. So we really appreciate the support. There's been a lot of support here today, so very thankful.
And of course, the ultimate goal here is all those 100+ charities that this money is going towards. So I guess obviously this isn't the weekend we hoped for, but it came out good. So tell me how you're feeling at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I mean, we have got a really good crew. Bratfest means a lot to this community, especially these 501c3s, and we're keeping it going to raise money for them, and all that money stays right here in the community and does such great things. So that's what warms my heart, and I think we're going to be able to do that. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tim. We'll let you get back to the grills. Hopefully stay dry. Yeah. Thank you, Tim. Now we'll show you actually that they're still rocking in here. I'm going to show you inside. We'll walk just this way into the Alliant Energy Center. If you just follow me out here, obviously is where you can get your brats inside, and you can bring them into the concert in here. I'll show you exactly what it looks like inside.
All right.
So don't worry, you can still rock out here at Broadfest.
Brandon Ross there rocking out. Now, the music inside the Alliant Energy Center was scheduled to go until a little after 9, and you can still get your brats inside the Coliseum until it's over. Now, Memorial Day remembrance ceremonies are underway across the nation. In the nation's capital, Arlington National Cemetery hosted the 3rd annual Flowers of Remembrance Day at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. Celebrants from across the country placed flowers at the tomb to honor those who have sacrificed their lives for the United States. And here in Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers has ordered that the flags will be at half-staff tomorrow to honor fallen service members. There'll be many events taking place across the area tomorrow for Memorial Day. In Madison at Forest Hill Cemetery, a VFW concert will start at 9:15, and a ceremony will begin at 10. In Monona, there's a Memorial Day parade starting at 10. It'll kick off at the Monona Grove High School and end at Senate Middle School. And in Fitchburg, there's an observance taking place at the Fitchburg Veterans Memorial starting at 12:30 in the afternoon. Now, if you plan to go to that event, please bring your own chair. Now, at the holiday, many will be off work, but make sure you plan around day of closures. While businesses have been increasingly open during Memorial Day, some retailers, however, such as Costco, will not be open. Government buildings like offices, post offices, courts, and schools will be closed as well. The U.S. stock market and banks will also have the day off. Now, millions of Americans are traveling this Memorial Day weekend with record surges at the nation's airports and the highways. The TSA reports that Friday alone, more than 2.9 million people passed through security checkpoints, the highest number ever recorded. On the roads, more than 44 million are driving for the holiday getaways, close to a 20-year record. Now, everywhere, the rush is to crowd the beach and kick off the unofficial start to the summer. Now, the travel wave is just beginning. U.S. airlines say they'll fly 271 million passengers this summer, up more than 6% from last year. And still to come tonight on the news at 10, over a dozen people killed and more injured during deadly storms that ripped through the central U.S. Plus, Donald Trump takes the stage at the Libertarian Party convention. How audience members react. That's tonight at 10.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Mike Super, Magic and Illusion, America's Got Talent finalist, winner of NBC's Phenomenon, leaving audiences speechless. Now you can see Mike Super live. Saturday, June 15th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. A show for the whole family to enjoy this Father's Day weekend. Mike Super, Magic and Illusion at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Right, Chip. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your home renewal with 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows ends Friday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
When severe storms threatened our area Tuesday,
winds between 55 to 65 miles per hour.
We brought you wall-to-wall team coverage with the information you needed to be prepared and stay safe.
Get to the lowest, most interior portion of your home.
News 3 Now, first warn weather. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Well, jeers this weekend at the Libertarian Party convention as former President Donald Trump took the stage. Trump spoke for about 30 minutes at the Libertarians gathered there, making a pitch for them to back his campaign for re-election. Now, this comes amid concerns about third-party candidates this fall. Delegates at the convention are set to consider Robert Kennedy Jr. as their nominee. He spoke earlier today.
A lot of people don't realize that the Articles of the Constitution don't grant citizens any rights or freedoms whatsoever. That was a real problem to some of the founding fathers.
Now, in addition to Kennedy, Trump was also floated to receive the Libertarian Party nomination, but the party ruled that he did not file the required paperwork to do so. Trump will receive the Republican Party nomination in July in Milwaukee. Now, this week in politics, it's been good news for some borrowers with outstanding student loan debt. The Biden administration announced that they are canceling another $7.7 billion of student loans. We spoke with the U.S. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona on this week's For the Record.
60,000 people have gotten emails this week saying, you're done. You're done paying your loans. Use that money to go, buy a home, open up a small business, support your family in other ways. So we are moving forward on the debt relief here.
Now you can see more from our interview online at channel3000.com. Powerful storms killed at least 13 people and left a wide trail of destruction today across Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Some deaths were reported in Cook County, Texas, where a tornado plowed through a rural area near a mobile home park. Last night, Texas County included the small community of Valley View, which was among the hardest hit areas.
I was coming home. I was eating at a restaurant, and out of nowhere, my mom called me, and she said that there's a tornado hitting, and that everybody was evacuating. And then out of nowhere, my mom started screaming, I'm dying, like everything's moving, like the windows are broken, like I'm gonna die.
Multiple people were transported to hospitals by ambulance and helicopter in Denton County, Texas. After severe weather hit a part of our area this evening, things have calmed down a little bit. So what's in store for Memorial Day? Let's take a look at your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Yeah, thanks, Will. And our thoughts are going to all folks in the Midwest right now before we get to that Memorial Day forecast. The tornadoes that we had over the course of the past 24 hours, you see the few down, very, very bottom of the screen here, Texas. Then that family of tornadoes going across Oklahoma, Missouri, over into Illinois. These are supercell thunderstorms that can last for hours and hours and hours on end, capable of producing damaging winds, hail, and of course tornadoes. And we even had our brief supercell situation this evening where we had a family of wind damage and then the tornado reports that are still coming in. Milton up towards south of Fort Atkinson over towards Whitewater. We have another report that will probably pop up as a probable tornado north of Fort Atkinson. This all began actually really earlier this afternoon and then really came to be over portions of just south and west of Milton. This was at 5:19 this afternoon where I was tracking winds that were pulling into the storm from the south and from the east against winds that were coming in from the east and the northeast just west of Milton right at 5:19 p.m. And when we were looking at the wind tracker tool and noting that possibility of rotation, it was just moments later that we had confirmation of the funnel cloud and then eventually a tornado. And essentially what you are seeing right here is exactly that inflow into that storm. Notice the trees here in the foreground bending towards the actual tornado, which is in the background behind what looks to be like a farm building. So you're seeing this warm inflow, and the sun is out too, being drawn into the rotation here behind the tornado is where they have that rain and those strong winds all rotating into that point. So it's not just the rotation right at the tornado, the area around the tornado, miles around, is all circulating into that actual tornado that occurred this afternoon near Milton. Now, Will was saying things are clearing out and getting quiet, and that is the case here. Future Track taking all that shower and thunderstorm activity that we had earlier way out across portions of Lake Michigan. It will be a quiet night tonight with some fog overnight, so be careful as we go on into the beginning of your Memorial Day. We may be looking at some patchy fog, especially in some of those low-lying areas and areas today that saw rainfall, which was much of southern Wisconsin. Good news is after we get through a stormy Memorial Day, particularly in the afternoon hours, a dry and quiet midweek is expected ahead. Starting off as we work on to your Memorial Day morning, 55 in Madison, 52 in Lone Rock, 52 in Bosqueville, 48 in Viroqua. A little cooler to the northwest because if we can clear out that allows that heat to go out to space, or the clouds hang on. We're just a little bit warmer. As we go into the afternoon hours, here are those scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up by 3 o'clock from, let's say, La Crosse over to Richland Center, just west of Madison, northeastern Iowa, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms through your Monday evening when you join us for the 10 o'clock newscast Monday night. They should be starting to fizzle because we will be losing the heat of the day that they will be building on. Marginal risk of severe weather, 1 out of 5 chance, according to the Storm Prediction Center, from Richland Center south to Dodgeville to Verona to, let's say, just southwest of Janesville near Footville and over towards Beloit and off towards the west towards Dubuque. What threats are we up against on Monday, Memorial Day? At this point, gusty winds. We can never say never with the possibility of a tornado, especially after seeing today's very, very perfect event come together to play over portions of Rock and Jefferson and Walworth counties. But right now, gusty winds appear to be the primary threat from storms on Memorial Day Monday. Another chance of a couple showers and thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon. Then notice this. Low chances of rain Tuesday night going into Wednesday, Thursday night going into Friday. We should be having a quiet and dry period before more showers and storms build back in as we carry on later on into your Friday, going on into the following weekend. But I just want to underline, Will, conditions are turning quiet, patchy fog tonight, and then shower and thunderstorm activity will build back up later on your Memorial Day afternoon.
Well, Alex, thank you. Now, coming up later in sports, the Brewers are looking to finish off a series sweep in Boston. Andrew Banstra has the highlights when we return on News 3 Now at 10.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the moments that make summer, summer. Like driving a RAV4 to wade in a waterfall.
Nice.
Cruising to play mini golf in a Camry. Or taking a Tundra to the beach.
You're not going to leave me here, are you?
Right now, you can lease a sporty new Toyota RAV4 for $309 a month. See your local Toyota dealer today or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
How much was I paying a month for insulin?
$185.
$300.
$400. I never expected anyone to do something about it. But then Tammy Baldwin did.
She stood up to the drug companies and wrote a law capping the cost of insulin.
Thanks to Tammy, now it just costs $35 a month. She made a huge difference for so many of us.
She lifted a weight off all our shoulders.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
If your windows are leaky and drafty, it's possible they weren't installed properly. Many installers lack proper training, and shoddy installation leaves your home vulnerable to extreme weather. At Next Door & Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our approach ensures your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. And your windows and doors will be installed by certified experts who treat your home as if it was their own. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
You can visibly eliminate wrinkles and under eye bags in 10 minutes with results that last up to 10 hours without needles and without surgery. Plexiderm does it for only $14.95. Visit plexidermtrial.com.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Memorial Day. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will get free shipping.
Since taking over for Craig Counsell, Pat Murphy has given the Brewers a new identity. They're significantly more aggressive, and I'm not just talking about on the base paths. Looking for the sweep in Boston. We started the fifth, Red Sox up 1-0, and if William Contreras is at the dish, you know what's about to go down. A sizzler past the outstretched shortstop, scores a run, and we are tied at 1 apiece. But then in the seventh, Christian Yelich grounds out to end the inning, makes a little brush against Tanner Houck, and here we go again. The fourth time the benches have cleared for the Crew this year. No punches thrown, but this team is feisty. The momentum, though, it would end up bending to Boston. Same score, bottom 8, and Jarren Duran does the deed. Brewers can't finish the sweep. They lose 2-1. And tomorrow we'll see something that once seemed impossible. After leaving his hometown Brewers to become the Cubs manager, Craig Counsell makes his return to Milwaukee in a Cubs uniform. Once one of the most beloved Brewers, fans will let their old skipper hear it. Madison College's record-tying 6th straight trip to the College World Series could not have started any better. An 11-1 thumping over Montgomery College. They'll be well rested for Game 2 tomorrow. And we stay on the diamond for one of the scariest players in baseball, the tarp monster. Check this out. The tarp flies up and it eats this member of the grounds crew. This can be really scary, but Will, I gotta laugh because I'm allowed to. I used to work in minor league baseball, and here's a video of one of the million times that I pulled tarp, and I have to admit to you, Will, we'll talk about this in a second, but I once did get eaten by the tarp monster. To the track for one of the biggest auto races anywhere, anytime, the Indy 500. Final lap, and here comes Joseph Newgarden. He makes the pass in the final go-around and wins his 2nd straight Indy 500. The race started 4 hours late due to weather. Newgarden becomes the first racer to win back-to-back 500s since 2002. Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly got out of Madison for the weekend, but they didn't avoid the bad weather. Final round of the Senior PGA Championship. Both golfers entering within striking distance of the lead. We pick up Strick on the par 3 11th, trying to settle in after back-to-back bogeys, and this is a beauty. He's been placing them with the best all weekend long, and the Edgerton native would tap it in for a birdie. 1 of 3 on the day, but going 10 under on the weekend wouldn't be good enough. He'd finish 8th. How about Jerry Kelly? A lot of green to work with here on a par 3, and he converts the birdie putt. He'd finish 13th, shooting 7 under through 72. And how about Cameron Huss, the first Badger to make the NCAA Golf Championship since 2008. He's representing well for Bucky, and I'll just tell it to you myself. He has been fantastic, and the 3rd round was just about the same. He's tied for 50th, but, well, now that we're back on camera, I can't avoid it much longer. It's true. I did get eaten by the tarp monster. What happened? It's just the same thing that happened to that young lady. It's just, you know, the wind gets going, you're in a rush, and next thing you know, you're like, I don't even want to. You feel like you're like buried alive almost. Like you can't see anything. Everything's dark. So sorry to make things dark, but yeah, it's kind of a freaky thing. But I'm allowed to laugh is the moral of the story.
Yeah, as long as you make it through, you're safe on the other side.
Right here at this desk. Here to tell the story.
Well, thanks, Andrew. And coming up, we'll have the final look at your forecast. We'll be right back after this.
It's the Ford SUV season sales event, and time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Escape, Mustang Mach-E, Expedition, and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And experience Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving available on select vehicles. Amazing offers, huge selection. This is Ford SUV season. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash, only for a limited time starting right now.
It's the summer of $9.99 at Bob's.
And this Memorial Day weekend, we're celebrating in all of my 176 stores with 7 brand new showrooms.
You won't believe how far $9.99 goes on furniture, mattresses, and more.
So come party like it's $9.99 this Memorial Day weekend. What?
Not the year $9.99.
Oh, right. When the looks you love go for $9.99 or less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture. I'm getting vaccinated Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Come on. I already got a pneumonia vaccine, but I'm asking about the added protection of Prevnar 20.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved in adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, and joint pain.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
I don't want to risk ending up in the hospital with pneumococcal pneumonia.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the Pfizer vaccine for pneumococcal pneumonia.
You've got this. You didn't think your sister would take you up on the dog sitting offer, but here you are. Barriers? Purchased. Doggy distractions? No expense spared. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, to prepare, you can be sure we're looking out for you. So you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Why become a caregiver?
Every caregiver has something unique to contribute to the life of someone else.
I touch a lot of lives as a caregiver.
The main thing I think that's most important is that somebody has compassion and is interested in the idea of giving of themselves and their profession.
Become a CDCP today for free. Sign up at WISCcaregiverCDCP.com.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Final look at the forecast with the dynamic duo, Alex Harrington, Blaze Cowler. You've been working hard.
I'll say a sentence, you say a sentence. Yeah, no kidding. Good news is quiet conditions after a very busy evening for portions of southern Wisconsin. Go to our graphics. We'll have a little bit of patchy fog to wake up to on Memorial Day. More storms are expected on Memorial Day afternoon. 1 or 2 of those could be on the strong side as well with gusty winds. Good news is dry by the middle of the week, and it's looking as though temperatures will get warmer by the end of next week and unsettled again.
Well, great. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.